People who haven't had kids yet, they think that the real work is up front and then it gets easier as they get older. And I haven't found that to be the case, because as they get older, their lives become more complex. You have to just be there with every single thing you've got.
Words Bonnie has lived by, raising two daughters, 34-year-old Claire and 27-year-old Chloe, also known as superstar Dove Cameron.
They're both super different. Claire was such an easy kid, and then Dove comes along and she feels everything very deeply. If she's happy, she's incredibly happy. If she's sad, she's incredibly sad. It took a whole different set of parenting skills.
So how would you describe your parenting style?
I'm not strict. I should have been probably a little stricter. I'm more of a sort of be supportive, create the space for them to make their own mistakes with a safety net around them.
A safety net put to the test as Dove grew up.
She's an incredibly bright kid, but school was not great for her. There was quite a lot of bullying.
What do you tell a 7th grader, a middle schooler, when they're being bullied?
You just say, look, baby, they must be really sad and unhappy people if they're doing this. You just have to have compassion for them and understand that it is not about you. It's definitely about them.
Her escape from school was performing.
Did you remember a moment where you thought, you know what, this girl has a gift?
I would say by the time she was 8.
Really?
And by the time she was 12, 13, her mentors were starting to pull me aside and say, you should think about going to LA.
So they did.
We didn't really know what we were doing. We threw everything we owned into a truck. Then it was like, whoa, how do we get an agent?
It took a full year for Dove to book her first job.
The very first thing she got was a 2-episode arc on Shameless.
Hi, Holly.
And then it was 8 more months before she got her second thing. It's not like you get your first thing and you're like, okay, we're set now, it's all happening.
You're pounding the pavement, she's going to the auditions. How do you keep going with that?
We had this kind of loose agreement. If by the time you're 18, say, you don't have any real traction, we're going to rethink this and you're going to enroll yourself in some sort of additional education.
That conversation became irrelevant with Disney's Liv and Maddie.
You stole my face! I had it first!
Followed by the global franchise, Descendants.
Hi, Mom.
So when Descendants went nuts, like, full disclosure, my daughter dressed as your daughter's character for
That gives me
Halloween.
chills. That is a wild, amazing thing that so many young girls wanted to basically be. This character that she created. I mean, there's no words for that.
And Dove hasn't stopped, with an extensive list of acting credits, a budding music career, and nearly 50 million Instagram followers.
What's the most challenging part of being a mom to someone who has this amount of success?
Only being able to do so much to help her. There's some stuff that only they can do. And that's hard.
What's been the biggest pinch me moment?
Watching her win the Emmy, do Light in the Piazza, win Best New Artist at the AMAs this year. Those are kind of like the predictable moments. It's more like sitting backstage and watching her get ready to go do something. And I'm just like, this is really happening, isn't it?
With her daughters all grown up, Bonnie has a new venture filling her time: We Can Books.
We've developed an app that allows you to combine photos from your phone with our proven phonics word program and create these beautiful books that give kids a real head start in learning how to read.
So when they're reading the book, they're looking at themselves.
Yeah.
Where did this venture come from?
So when Claire was 4 and ready to learn how to read, right, my dad thought, I want to do something special to help her. So he raided our family photo albums and built the original prototypes for these books, literally with like cutting and pasting and 3-ring binders, and my kids learned how to read on them. So now we're able to create this app so that anybody can do it from their phones and get these beautiful
really
books.
cute.
It's probably my life's work next to my kids.
But Bonnie will always be mom first.
Do you miss it? You know, as much as it was crazy, the two of you, and you were in LA, you know, do you miss it?
There were some beautiful, intimate times where it was just the two of us, you know, having crazy adventures. And I've got memories of those times that are really, really special, you know. Look, you got me tearing up.
Because I get it.
Those times, they don't go on forever. They can't, you know, inevitably. But I have to say, I'm so lucky. I'm still on speed dial. I'm still the first one they call. When something is exciting or when something is terrible, you know, I'm the one they call. That's what you want, right?
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.